Hi, everyone. I have an old song to sing for you today. I've been singing this one for years. I love it. It was written in 1970 by a guy named Dan Schutte. The lyrics come from Psalm 139. And I fell in love with this song in the 80s. And then I actually sang it and recorded it on my first album, Comfort My People, which was released in 1989, which is 33 years ago now. So this song has been a long companion and a faithful and good companion of mine throughout my adult life. And so it's been on my mind an awful lot in the last couple weeks. And whenever a song is on my mind a lot, it usually means that I'm supposed to sing it. So I'm going to sing it. My name is Steve Bell, and this is For the Journey This Week. Before I get into the song, I just want to tell you about this book. I finished reading it this morning. It's marvelous. It's the early preaching of Karl Barth, 14 sermons with commentary by William H. Willimon. Right? So Karl Barth, and the reason why I picked up this book is that Karl Barth is a profound theologian, very influential theologian. But these sermons were preached between 1918, so 100 years ago, in a few years, and I think 1922. And the interesting thing about that is that's after the end of the First World War, during the pandemic, and just when the Second World War was starting to build towards. So it's fascinating to hear what somebody is preaching in a season like that, since our season is so similar. And in the opening sermon, so this is April 8th, 1917, 105 years ago. Does this sound familiar? As spring will presently draw us out of our living rooms and kitchens into the gardens, fields, and woods, where the warm sun will give us a feeling of wellness, so also the loving God now calls us out of all the houses of our opinions and thoughts and prejudices, our cares, sadness, and anger. So the loving God now draws us down from the high horse of our points of view and converts these self-formed ideas of ours, like one might turn an old coat inside out and hang it to let it air. So the loving God leads us beyond our narrow doorways into the street, so that we can see the heavens and each face the other. I just find that amazing in a time of such profound divisions amongst us, that a word from 100 years ago or so in a similar season comes out to us. So the reason why I wanted to sing You Are Near, which is from Psalm 139, is that it's been just on my mind for the last couple of weeks, quite a lot. Every time I sort of wake up and think, my mind turns to it. And I realize that I've been having a lot of conversations lately with friends who are really struggling with Christian faith, several who have left it altogether. And we've had conversations about that, and the reasons that they give are quite reasonable. I just find non-belief quite credible, and it doesn't astonish me in any way. And I have to ask myself, why do I continue to believe what I believe in the face of so many credible reasons why maybe I shouldn't? And I read books on apologetics and different arguments for the faith and all that, and they're all really, really helpful. But in the end, it's not why I believe. It's more that I've just never not. I remember as a child being just very aware of the presence of God in everything, always. More like I was enwrapped or enwombed in love in God. I just felt that in my bones. So I don't remember not believing. And then when I heard the stories of Jesus, they resonated with the God I seem to already know. And so at age 9, it's not like I became a Christian so much as I decided not to become anything else. And I was baptized by my dad, and it was a magnificent moment for me. And I was reading this book of sermons in a May 19th, 1918 sermon by Karl Barth, 104 years ago. It opens up with this verse from Acts: God is not far from any of us, for in him we live and move and have our being. And I went, oh yeah, I just know that. I've always kind of known that. And then he quotes from Psalm 139, where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I ascend to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in Sheol, you're there. If I take wings on the morning and settle at the farthest limits of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me fast. And this is just something I've always seemed to know. I think I said in the last for the journey, it's not an intellectual belief. It's more a belief here in my heart and in my experience. And so I can still sing, Yahweh, you are near. And I'm happy to do that for you. Yahweh, I know you are near, standing always at my side. You guard me from the foe, and you lead me in ways everlasting. Lord, you have searched my heart, and you know when I sit and when I stand. Your hand is upon me, protecting me from death, keeping me from harm. Yahweh, I know you are near, standing always at my side. Guard me from the foe, and you lead me in ways everlasting. Where can I run from your love? If I climb to the heavens, you are there. And if I fly to the sunrise or sail beyond the seas, you would still be there. Standing always at my side. You guard me from the foe, and you lead me in ways everlasting. You know my heart and its ways. You who formed me before I was born, in the secrets of darkness, before I saw the sun in my mother's womb. And marvelous to me are your works. How profound are your thoughts, my Lord. Even if I could count them, they'd number as the stars, and you would still be there. Yahweh, I know you are near, standing always at my side. You guard me from the foe, and you lead me in ways everlasting. You know, I'd be remiss if I just didn't make this one little interesting point. It has been noted by many people over the centuries that the name Yahweh, the name of God that was given to the Hebrew people, that was considered too holy to utter, sounds an awful lot like a breath. Like Yahweh, Yahweh. And the name that is too holy to utter is the first word we utter when we come out of our mother's womb, our first breath to our very last breath, every minute of our life speaks the great name of God.